Hey, everybody, it is 3 o'clock on Tuesday, February 9th, and you're watching Premium Time with John Darr. Did you know that today is National Pizza Day? What did I have for lunch? Not pizza. I don't know what to tell you. It's also Bagel Day, National Bagel Day. I don't know who makes these things up, but I didn't have a bagel either. So, welcome to Premium Time with John Darr. We are glad to have you here. I have big news. Big news. Last week was our first episode, and one of the things that we talked about was I needed Charlie to get votes I needed you to vote to keep Charlie on board another week. And by gosh, we had 3 people vote, 2 of which were his family, but we're going to give him credit for that. So Charlie Delatorre is here again with us. I'm so excited to say that he is going to be a regular on Premium Time with John Darr. Yes, exactly. Big hand for him. So Charlie, welcome to
Thanks,
Premium Time. Glad to have you back.
Good to see you.
Did you know it was National Pizza Day?
No, I didn't know there was such a thing. But
I didn't either.
I am a fan of that idea.
And I don't know who makes this stuff up. But
I don't like, here's the thing. I like pizza.
Oh, for sure.
And I like bagels. Mm-hmm. Why can't they have their own day?
They should have their own day.
Why has it got to be shared content?
I think, last week
I don't like that.
Went viral with Cacciatore Pizza, and I think it had something to do that our show was so popular and watched by like 7 or 8 people that they made it National Pizza Day specifically for our next podcast, our next episode.
The overwhelming support for me to come back. Huge.
Your brother
and
your mom.
Yeah, and then the overwhelming support to make it Pizza Day.
I mean, might be the best day
legit
of our life. So, what is your favorite pizza place?
Oh, okay. Well, we did a little of this last time.
We did.
So, do you mean currently or in the past?
Best pizza you've ever had in your life.
Oh,
ever. Doesn't matter.
That's a complicated question.
All right, we'll get back to me.
Well, hold on. I'm prepared.
You have an answer?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure. I mean, this is tough because I happen to know people who own the different businesses, right? So you've put me in a really...
Look at us.
Welcome,
We've
Charlie. Thanks for coming back. Let me throw you under the bus.
Right. Let me put you right under the gun.
I'm going to go with Leonardo's.
Leonardo's is awesome.
Can't.
My man Kyle.
Kyle... Can I tell you a funny story about Kyle?
Please.
So Leonardo's is, obviously, you guys know Gainesville Institution, and Kyle Cohan, who bought that Mill Hopper location, I think had been around for a long time. Mm-hmm. I see Kyle shortly after he bought it, and we've known each other for a long time, and he grabs my hand, he goes, "Charlie, I own Leonardo's." Like, he's a Gainesville guy owning a Gainesville place. He's like, this is freaking me out.
So he just bought the Gators, basically.
He's great. I do love Leonardo's. Those garlic knots, man,
Oh, look at
I just want to swim in that butter, dude.
It's just too many of those things. But
do you have do you have a favorite pizza place?
I was going to say that. I was going to say Leonardo's, yeah.
Yeah, and that's no bust on other great. There's some.
I love Nappy's. I actually...
Blue Highway, Satchel's is great.
Yeah. I don't really know any bad ones. Maybe that should have been the question.
Maybe that's
what
the problem
bad ones?
with the...
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of that, we should do a bit of a rewind. I have questions from last week.
Yes, go ahead.
How did you think we did in week 1?
Well, I thought we did great, but obviously, the other 7 or 8 people that watched thought we did great. I don't know how long they watched. Probably, I'm glad we don't know that number, but
I don't either.
I thought we did great.
I thought we did good. I made this joke off air, but you know how they say the camera adds 10 pounds?
Oh.
I don't appreciate the 7 or 8 cameras that were on me.
Right.
So this is not cool.
And the lights.
Yeah, and then I turned on today. I listened to a podcast that Elio produced earlier this week for Celebrate Primary Care, where they have Rose on earlier today talking about her health and wellness program that they do. And I thought, did they put this content on for me?
Right.
Because they saw me on TV last week, and then they were like...
Right. Hey, all those folks that
he needs help.
Need a little help, need to go on a diet, and yes, so I love those folks that celebrate. So we're excited. It's a multi-episode, multi-million-dollar deal to have Charlie on the podcast. There are green room perks included in the podcast that I think are important for everyone to know.
I appreciate you signing off on my rider.
Yes.
The rider was
the attorneys had to work it out. We were cool.
Yeah, no.
It's your people, my people had to do the deal. It was multi-year, multi-million dollars.
I thought those green M&Ms were really going to put you guys
green
over the
M&Ms,
edge, but it worked out.
Right, in the empanadas, Cuban sandwiches from Mia Pa. So
Un poco de pastelito.
if Mia Pa would like to sponsor the podcast, or the green room, we're up for that. So
Oh yeah, I like the way you say mi apa.
Mia Pa.
Mi apa. I like
I've
that.
eaten so many Cuban sandwiches, I have a Cuban accent for sure. So anyway, that was a big deal to get past. Now that we have one episode under our belt, is to get Charlie signed. So I'm excited about that.
Happy to do it.
Positive quote of the day. So it's time for the positive quote of the day, which this week's positive quote comes literally from a different company. I put something on the Facebook post today that the positive quote comes from a different country, and it's true. We're going to show you the positive quote of the day. Full disclosure, though, I do mention in the video that this resort is a sponsor. Full disclosure, it's not a sponsor, and as a matter of fact, it cost me a lot of money in the casino. So if that's just, let's get that out of the way first. But anyway, Elio, roll the positive quote of the day.
Hey everybody, it's time for the positive quote of the week. Due to the fact that the first episode, it went viral, we have a sponsor of this week's positive quote of the week. It's the Baha Mar in Nassau, Bahamas. No, this isn't Elio's famous green screen. We're actually here in the Bahamas. Here's the quote of the week. Life isn't about finding yourself. Life is about creating yourself. From George Bernard Shaw. Back to the Fiesta Media studios.
How awesome was that?
That was pretty great. That's an awesome place, man.
I mean, the whole part about running back into the water was key, because me picking up this, if that wasn't enough,
I thought that was
to
a green
prove
screen.
that it wasn't a green screen, I had to go run into the water, which the water was cold. Let's just put it that way. I didn't want to run too far into the water because I don't like cold water.
The cinematography was top notch. For
Yes,
sure.
and
also, I am a little upset because I had written on my notes, because you said they were a sponsor. I was anxious to hear how much cash we got out of that.
Well, I'm trying to work that next deal because
Okay.
I know you didn't get to go to the Bahamas.
No, I was not there this
It was a singular sponsorship deal.
Gotcha.
And it was before we did our deal.
No, I get that.
So-
But I mean, maybe for the next time.
Maybe next time.
Future.
Right. Maybe next time. So I asked to see if you had a positive quote to add. And
This is easy, man, because I think it's Valentine's Day coming up, too. I know we'll talk about that in a little while.
we will.
But, The perfect lover is one who turns into pizza at 4 a.m. by Charles Pierce.
That is genius.
I think
I don't know who
that's-
Charles Pierce is,
That's pretty spot on, dude.
but I think that would be great.
That's good.
Any other ones?
No. I do want to get back to the fact that it's Bagel Week, too, though.
Okay.
So can we mention that real quick?
Yeah. What do you want to mention?
I feel, who I see at Bagel Bakery here in town all the time? All the time.
Ken Rembert.
Well, him too, but your boy Ray.
Ray loves the Bagel Bakery.
Ray Schackow is a permanent
Yes.
fixture. I feel like he's on the payroll there, maybe.
He might be. He loves the bagel place, and I love Ken Rembert. He's an awesome guy. He owns
Great
the
guy.
bagel place, and I've been known to put back a bagel or two.
Oh yeah, and we talked a little bit about COVID stuff last year or last week in businesses and stuff. Luke's, have you tried Luke's in town?
Yes,
That place is. Well, talk about a business that was built during the pandemic.
during the pandemic.
I mean, this is as most of us were contracting and concerned and worrying about how we're going to do things. Luke's built a businst
isn't that awesome?
during that whole time, and they're great. Yeah,
And I think they're doing wonderfully.
I think they're doing well.
I see on Facebook, hey, we've run out of bagels, which either means
Yeah,
I don't know what that means, but they sold out all they had, which is awesome.
that's great. And the fact that they can do it in the middle of such a difficult time for businesses, I think says a lot about their quality and the kind of company they are, and good for those guys. Great for those guys.
So it is Valentine's Day on Sunday. So part of this podcast is trying to bring as much value to the people that listen to this Premium Time with John Darr podcast. So stop what you're doing. If you're a husband or if you're planning on celebrating Valentine's Day, let's put it that way. Stop what you're doing. Well, wait till the podcast is over. Go get your Valentine something, because Sunday will sneak up on you and will be here before you know it. So definitely, I think that creates a lot of value for the 13 people watching.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good advice, for sure.
All right, now it's time for the Charity of the Week sustaining feature of this podcast. That. Charity of the Week. This week's Charity of the Week is Stop Children's Cancer. Stop Children's Cancer is a charity that's been around forever. They do a fantasy event. They do a bunch of different, they do a golf tournament that I've played in, I think, every single year. And they do a bear-a-thon on February 17th. And the cool part about the bear-a-thon is there are some local businesses that sort of challenge each other and try to support and buy as many bears as they can. They take the bears and they give them to the kids over in Shands that are going through cancer, which, you know, is such a difficult time. I lost a sister to cancer. My father's had cancer. It's just an awful thing that I'm very passionate about, trying to do everything I can to help cure cancer as quickly as we possibly can. So if you're out there and you want to support a wonderful charity, February 17th is the Bear-a-thon. So call up, buy a bear, and it's a great charity. I know you've been to a lot of Stop Children's Cancer events. And
oh, yeah. I think one of the things that, in Gainesville, there's so many great charitable organizations. You hear that a lot about people who are in the community. They're like, I participate with this, or I work with this one, or I work with this one. And it's hard to donate time and money and resources to all of them. But Stop Children's Cancer is, a mainstay in this community, has done so much good. And you're right about the importance of finding a cure.
One of the cool parts about Stop Children's Cancer is that like 98% of the money that you donate to the charity goes to research. And, there are charities out there that have to prove that the project that they're working on is showing some success. Well, Stop Children's Cancer will actually fund projects that are sort of not known yet. And they donate a lot of money to projects like that they don't know is going to work. And those projects it's very hard to find money for those projects. So a lot of people don't know that, but Stop Children's Cancer does some great work for cancer research and that sort of stuff. So thank you for all you do. Howard Freeman, Carolyn, Lori Freeman, the Freeman family.
Absolutely.
Definitely are an amazing folks. All right, sustaining feature change time. Now we are to the Small Business of the Week. It's one of the highlights of this podcast. I get so fired up when we get to focus on a small business. And this week, it is
Thornton Chocolates. So seriously. We wanted to pick a retailer, a locally owned retailer that, with the holiday coming up on Sunday, and a place that you can go buy and shop locally. If you've not been to Thornton Chocolates, it is. You've been there?
Oh, yeah.
Oh man, it's so great, dude. They have such great food, and Kathleen and Scott, who run that place, they do such a great job with their team. Again, talk about a business who's trying to adapt with COVID and COVID concerns. If you go on their website, they have a ton of sort of things that they're doing in order to make sure that the space is safe for you to go shop in. They do curbside service, so you can call ahead. You can look at they have like a special Valentine's Day menu that you can call in advance, which is really nice. You don't have to go into the store, pick and choose what they want. Some curbside service brings it out to the car, which is really nice. For those of you who are looking for, how do I put this the right way? The freshest chocolate strawberries possible. They are actually open on Valentine's Day. See, I didn't say procrastinator.
Right.
Slacker.
Don't wait till Valentine's Day.
I said they're just, if you're looking for the freshest possible.
Yes.
But they encourage you to go, obviously, much
earlier.
Go
on Saturday.
Go earlier. They have hours of operation on their website. You can check it out as well. I think Elio is going to try to pull that up for us so you guys can see that stuff online. But you'll be able to see kind of what their menu is. And then, of course, in the shop themselves, they try to do some social distancing and things like that so that people can shop safely. They've taken that, as seriously as one should. But what a great local retailer. I love Thornbrook Chocolates. I love what Kathleen does there. They've been in our town for a long, long time. Really happy to be able to sponsor them or to mention them, especially just before a holiday like this. But go today, dude. You don't have to wait.
I think that, when you said chocolate covered strawberries, almost every year I get my Valentine a chocolate covered strawberry from Thornbrook Chocolates. And for those of you that just saw the positive quote of the day, my Valentine actually filmed that. So I want to give credit to her as the camera lady, and definitely I will be getting her some chocolate covered strawberries. Nice. For her work. She's very underpaid, an underpaid camera person.
Underappreciated for sure.
Yes, and she does a wonderful, wonderful job of that. So thank you, honey, for filming me, even though you would have much rather been doing something else like laying by the
I'm sure she had, hold on a minute, I'm sure she had plenty of fun.
We did.
Yeah.
We did not get arrested.
In the Bahamas?
So that's a good thing.
Everything's legal in the Bahamas.
Yes. It was it was interesting because when we were down there, there's not a lot of people there at the resort. Talk about struggling. They have tourism is, but it was safe. I had like 7 COVID tests in the matter of about 3 days.
Those are like the up the nose
brain
one?
Tickler.
Oof.
Yeah.
Oof.
They don't hurt as much as. They really don't. They didn't hurt me. It's just this. It's like a tickle. It's like something in your nose for like the next 30 minutes that you just.
I've had a few, and they hand you tissues and say you might need these. My eyes are watering. I'm sneezing. It's super uncomfortable for sure.
Yeah, it doesn't. I didn't think it necessarily hurt, but
no, but it's just sort of. You're right. I got a lot of empty space up there too.
Me too.
So they're like swiping around in there.
Just air.
Yeah.
They had to put it so far up there. It was nuts.
It does feel like they stick it exceedingly too far.
Yeah, they come at you. The thing is like this long.
I don't understand.
I'm like, why do you have to do the extra long stick or whatever?
Right.
So anyway, so I don't have COVID. That's good.
Well, that's good. That's
a good thing.
Seeing how I'm like 5 feet from you, that works out pretty good.
We're probably not social distancing that well right now, but it's okay.
Here comes the chocolate.
Yes. So there are some great. Here's some pictures of Thornbrook Chocolates. Great, again, an awesome retailer in Thornbrook that you guys can check out. And again, they have some special hours for the holidays, and they are open on Sunday for those slackers. People looking for their freshest strawberries. Possible.
Yes. Yeah.
Thanks for Kathleen and Scott for being a good sport, letting us kind of feature them today. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. Great local small business. We're going to continue to do the small business of the week. So if you're out there and you have a small business that you want us to consider, please comment below. Whether you're watching this on YouTube or Facebook, comments really help us understand, how many people are watching, and it helps us drive the attention to this, which is good. So
absolutely.
Comment, like, I'll even if you hit the down thing, that's okay.
No. Don't encourage that.
No.
Do you know? Listen, our friends, you don't want to give them any encouragement.
Oh, I know all of our friends are going to hit the down.
If you give them the opportunity, we don't need to offer any thumbs down options. On the page.
Can we disable that?
I don't know. Elio, can we take that off, man? We need to make sure we
disable the thumbs down.
I'll try.
Okay.
That's a no. That's a definite no.
Okay, so now we are to the local event of the week, and I'm excited about this event, even though I am not in this event this week. I was last year, but have you ever done the
No.
Champagne Gala?
The dancing with the local stars.
Local event of the week is the Champagne Gala, Dancing with the Stars. It's February 13th.
Did you do this?
I did last year, yes.
How did I not know this?
There
is this who you danced with?
Yes, that's Carla. She is amazing. Yeah, probably because when I put that on Facebook, nobody looked at me. They all looked at her and went, oh, yeah, I guess there's a guy standing there, but I really didn't care who that guy was.
Are you getting her chocolate-covered strawberries this week?
No.
Okay, good.
No,
that's a great call.
She's wonderful, but she's not my Valentine.
Is she doing it again this year?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so she does it
Oh, every year.
Okay.
And I had to throw her up in the air. So she jumped in my arms.
Is this true?
I swear to you,
You did like a dirty dancing
I'll
move?
put a video on YouTube. So yes, it's like it's like this. She jumped up in my arms and I threw her up and she spun.
What?
And I caught her. It was, I was nervous. I was so nervous. And she twirled and, boom. And we did not win. I'm 6 foot. If you don't know, I'm 6'4", size 13 shoe. That doesn't make for
poor girl.
Really phenomenal dancer. I don't know any dancers that are 6'4".
No.
And very good. So
this is fun. So this is like Dancing with the Stars?
Yes.
Okay.
It is such a cool event. They'll have, I don't know anybody this year. I didn't look and see who. I'm sure I know somebody, but there are a bunch of local celebrities there that get to dance, and they work really hard. We started working. I think our first practice was like November, and
wow, really?
So we did it once a week, and at the end we were practicing twice a week for an hour and a half. It was
really
nuts.
You must have gotten into good shape over that too.
I was sweating a lot.
I bet.
Yeah, it was. I felt really bad.
Wait, I think is Craig Wilburn doing that this year?
Yes, that's right.
I've seen videos of
him. You're right. Craig Wilburn.
Which I got to be honest, I don't. He's too strong, too attractive. I don't need to see him. Yeah, I don't need to see him doing.
He's going to take his dancer person and.
He says I had to throw her in the air. I believe it. You say I had to throw her in the air. I'm a bit skeptical.
She's like 80 pounds total, I think. She is
That's
a
crazy.
little bitty tiny thing.
So this event is Saturday?
It's an event Saturday, February 13th. It was at the Rights Union last year. I don't know exactly where it is this year, but look it up online. You can check it out. And
that's fun.
If there are tickets left, go support it because it's a great event.
I think Doreen Wiebe is also involved in this.
Yep.
Now that I'm thinking of like those midnight Facebook scrolls, you're like, can't sleep and you're looking through Facebook. And
those two probably would never come on this podcast with us or be a guest because they're up here.
Yeah. Well, we're
wannabes.
A little lower.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah. That's true.
One of these days we'll ask, and I'm sure they'll decline us. So if they never come on the show, you heard it here first.
Although Wilburn kind of owes us.
I love Craig Wilburn.
I feel like that's a doable.
He might do that.
I told him one time that if I had all the money in the world, I would want him to be my hype man in the mornings, like the guy who wakes me up and being like, "Today's gonna be a great day." Like the guy from Jerry Maguire, where he's like, "Every day I wake up and I clap my hands and I say, today's gonna be a great day." Like I need Craig Wilburn in my ear in the morning to hype me up.
That's a good idea.
He's so positive.
He would probably do that for you.
I asked him, he didn't say yes.
He didn't say yes.
I didn't really ask him though. I kind of just hinted around. Yeah. He's
awesome.
Elio's got new toys today.
Yes, he does. He's got all new sound machine, sound system. He's back there hitting buttons and making all these awesome sounds.
You see this too? It's like we're Britney.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's like we're Britney.
We are Britney
with these.
And this is a good time to say thank you to Fiesta Media for producing the show. You are awesome, Elio. We love you.
Elio's the man.
Failure is not an option. Is that what he says?
That's what he says.
It is not.
We talked about that earlier. We were talking about some idea for the show, and he said, I said, well, if it works, and he said, failure's not an option. No, he's like, it's going to work.
And then he's thought twice. He's like, well, I am dealing with you and Charlie.
He did think about it a
little bit. So he's like,
oh,
this might be my toughest challenge yet. So thank you, Elio. You're awesome. Fiesta Media. All right, music update time.
Yeah.
Local live music. Sister Hazel local music update. We always like to pay tribute to Sister Hazel because that's my favorite band. So if you're out there watching Jeff Barris, Ken Block, Andrew Copeland, you're probably not. But if you are, we love you.
Somebody could tag them.
Tag them
somehow in this video. That way they have to watch up till like 26 minutes and 53 seconds and say, I had to watch 26 minutes before I heard my name.
Right. These weird creepers are talking about how awesome you are. We love us some Sister Hazel. So this sustaining feature is named after Sister Hazel. No, they're not sponsoring us. They would probably sue us if they knew they were part of this podcast. But Hopefully not. Sister Hazel, local music update. They are in Newberry, South Carolina on February 25th. So if you feel like making a road trip, go see my friend, Sister Hazel. The other event that I found was Low Cash is this weekend at the Wesley Chapel Shopping Center, which I don't know. When I first read that, I'm like, Low Cash is pretty big.
Yeah.
But the Wesley Chapel Shopping Center? Maybe it's in the parking lot.
I don't know, dude.
It sounded like a really small event, but I don't.
Hey, at least they're playing music, man.
Yeah.
Right? So that's
exactly
what matters.
So, did you find any other local events?
Next week there might be some. I'll tease it a little. Next week there might be some information about a couple of concert series that are actually being planned for the area of Gainesville and the surrounding communities, Alachua, Newberry, some other things that we can maybe talk about in the months of like late March, April, May, maybe into June.
That's exciting.
So there's like a effort to try to get some sustaining weekend concert series with some pretty big names, actually.
Where will they be hosted?
Well, you're going to have to come
At
back
your
next.
house?
You have to come back. They're not in my backyard. That's right. I'm going to pull out the smoker. We're going to cook some pulled pork.
Hey, I'm in.
And we're playing it. It wouldn't be the first time we've done that in my
absolutely.
backyard. No, it's there's a couple of different events that are being organized. So I'll know more next week and I'll let you guys know.
So that's reason number one to keep watching Premium Time with John Darr, because Charlie's got some inside scoop on some live music. So if you love live music, we may have the scoop before it goes live to the
looking forward to
the rest of the world. So we'll see. All right, stock market update. One of my favorite stocks is Apple. I have a rule that I buy Apple and I don't even pay attention. I just
put it away.
And Apple announced financial results for fiscal 2021. First quarter ended December 26th of 2020. They posted an all-time record revenue of, get this, $111.4 billion with a B. Up 21%. Year over year, and quarterly earnings per diluted share of $1.68, up 35%. Now, we are not stockbrokers. We don't know enough to recommend any sort of stock.
No.
But I just thought it would be a good thing to share and create value for our listeners, that a company out there named Apple, if you've never heard of them, you live in a cave. But there's a company out there that made $111 billion for the quarter.
Man, that is a huge, huge number.
They're catching this podcast. I mean, this podcast, what do we make? Like,
well, we'll not
111 cents.
But we make a buck? I don't really know.
I was
hoping for the sponsorship, but that didn't pan out.
We have made zero so far, including the false Bahamar video
the fabrication.
that I said they sponsored, but that's not true. So I apologize.
All right, so I have a question on this.
Yeah, man.
So, because I think you dabble in this more than I do, right?
I love the stock market, yeah.
Do you do anything with crypto? Any cryptocurrency stuff?
No, and the only reason I don't is I don't know enough about it. I'm still trying to learn as much as I can about
Such a hot button this week.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, we're talking about like, I think Bitcoin's up like 30 or 40% this week. You had, you had Elon Musk come out and Tesla put in $1.5 billion into Bitcoin, instantly increased it like 25%. You got Elon Musk tweeting out there about Dogecoin and this random thing that I've never heard of.
Dogecoin is a joke.
It went up like 700%.
It's actually you can buy shares of it for sure, but it's like, I think it was started as a joke. I think
somebody made a lot of cash on it, I think.
Why are we need to do that?
I don't know, dude, but it's more than 111 cents. Yeah. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, it's true.
I've not done that either, but I find it interesting that you see these sort of ebbs and flows, and you see some of these giant portfolio companies now investing into
Bitcoin,
into crypto, and how that's becoming more mainstay. And people like PayPal are going to be accepting Bitcoin as payment options. And it'd be really interesting to see how the future of what that looks like in the course of where I think 3, 4, 5 years ago it was laughed off as sort of some internet joke.
Yeah, weird thing. Yeah. Now it's not. No, it's definitely not. If there's any of our watchers out there that know anything about Bitcoin, feel free to comment below. Just put in there what you think about Bitcoin. I'm up for learning as much as I can about it. So if anyone knows and is an expert, go for it. My man Jorge Villalobos. I can't read that.
Our Town magazine stock is going to the moon. Yeah,
Our Town, yeah.
We're not publicly traded quite yet. Also,
yes.
Jorge earlier in the comments said that we looked too professional. Have you ever, in the history of your...
Thank you, Jorge.
Has anybody ever said you were too professional?
No, very, very rarely.
I've never heard this.
Thank you, Jorge.
Look, you looked... He wants us to... we don't need to relax.
Jorge, we have a level of relax that you can't even imagine. So if we relaxed, we can relax down with the best of them.
There is bourbon in the studio.
There is a little bourbon.
So we could relax a little further.
All right, golf news. UF men's golf team won the Timuquana Collegiate in a playoff last week against Powerhouse Liberty. Never heard of them. But anyway, that was the golf news of the week. They won, and congratulations. They won a playoff. Timuquana's over in Jacksonville. I think it's their first win of the year, so congrats to the UF Gator men's golf team.
That's awesome.
I told Storm Roberts, Storm Roberts asked me on Facebook today, can you insure golf?
I saw that he asked that question.
I think he meant his errant shot, which goes back to the tip of the week was buy an umbrella. Yes, you can insure your errant golf shots, but I would suggest that you buy an umbrella. So I'm going to get on my umbrella kick again. Everyone should have an umbrella, especially if you're a terrible golfer and you hit the ball in the woods. So buy an umbrella.
Yeah.
All right, so we're running. We got a lot. We're 35 minutes into this sucker, and we need to get to the Our Town Article of the Week sustaining feature.
Yes, sure.
So are you ready to talk about our friend Erica?
I am. Thanks for that opportunity.
Yep.
So once a week as we do this podcast, I have an opportunity to talk a little bit about some of the stories that will appear in Our Town magazine. Pick one up.
My favorite mag.
If you don't already get one in your mailbox, pick one up where you can. And this week I want to talk a little bit about Erica Winterroad. So there she is on the screen. She is our managing editor, or editor-in-chief, I should say. And before I got to talking about content and the stories that we write and all that other stuff, or feature things, I thought I'd talk about the person who really does it all. All right, Erica is, what a great story she is for our company. She's been with us for, 4, 5, 6 years now. She started as an intern and had a kind of a really interesting career prior to that. Started as an intern. We hired her with a position within our company, and then eventually she took over the position as editor. And she manages a group of freelance writers where they basically do some storyboarding and decide on content and the themes. She is just an exceptional person. For those of you who don't know Erica, she lives here in Gainesville. She's often seen walking her little dog Winnie there, which is adorably cute. So is she, of course, and she's also such a powerhouse for Team Tower. She does such a great job for us, so committed to what we do and how we do it, that I didn't want to go any further without mentioning her and her commitment to our team first. Awesome. And then we could talk about the content in the weeks to come and some of the stories that we do and some of our columnists, which she really organizes and puts all together, and is the driving force behind the creativity of what is Our Town. All of the editorial content that we do, locally written, locally sourced, all done through Erica and her department. So big shout out to Erica and all that she does.
She is, the picture, it looks like she's in a movie or something. I mean, that's
really funny
amazing.
That you said that, because she was an actress before.
No way.
She was an editor, yeah. In her previous life, she was an actress in local state theater here at the Hippodrome, and then went out to LA and was in a bunch. She was actually in a PGA commercial, as a matter of fact.
PGA Tour Golf?
PGA Tour Golf commercial.
Way.
Maybe we can play that commercial one day.
Yeah, we got to get that. Yes.
Really, really great. But yes, she was an actress, a budding actress, doing quite well, and then decided to leave the industry and go back and get her degree in journalism, and then started her career with us.
Well, your people are so awesome anyway. I'm sure it's not real hard to run her team, because they're just
She's so great.
Amazing.
And she manages and finds the writers and stuff. A lot of them have been writing with us for years. Some of them are new and UF students that she brings aboard as other interns and other programs. So she's great. We love her. Thank you, Erica, for all that you do for Our Town. All that you see in the magazine, all hers.
awesome.
Thanks.
All right. It is time for the insurance tip of the week. I try to make these as interesting as I possibly can make these. So this week's insurance tip is for those small business owners out there that had to furlough employees during COVID. So one of the things that some businesses know, some don't, is if you had to furlough someone, you're still paying them, but they're not actually working. So when you think about workers' comp insurance is based on their job or their whatever their job description is. It fits into a certain code. Well, if you're paying them, but they're not actually doing the work, then obviously the risk comes down. So the state of Florida came out with a new code that is 0012, and you can add that code to your policy and put payroll into that code if you paid somebody while they were being furloughed. So you don't have to, if let's say they're a roofer, okay? Roofers obviously have a really high workers' comp code rate. So if you had to pay your roofers because you weren't working or whatever, you would include that payroll in 0012. So that is a tip for those small business owners out there. Make sure that when you look at the work comp policy, you should see a separate line item that says 0012 for a code, and that payroll that you paid them while they weren't working should go in that code.
Got it.
Saves
great.
you a bunch of money, and I thought maybe that would be some value. So anything we left out? I think we're to the end here. Anything you want to talk about or share?
I do have insurance questions that we're going to do on air at some point.
Last time I didn't. You had a question.
I didn't
answer.
I have a couple, but we're right. We're running a little long, and people by this point are going to be like,
"There's
no more."
Yeah, they're sleeping.
And we got to save. I don't know if they're sleeping.
They're sleeping.
But I have questions maybe next week that we can answer.
I will answer one of these episodes. I will answer Charlie's insurance.
I have a
question.
business, man. I've got questions.
Right.
Okay. I need help.
So I will do that, and hopefully it's a good question, and somebody else will gain something else. So. Reminder, Sunday is Valentine's Day, so get your Valentine something awesome. I want to thank my team of the most awesome insurance people in the world at Darr Schackow Insurance. Thank you so much for all that you guys do. I want to thank the Fiesta Media company and Elio Piedra for producing the show. He's an absolute rock star. And I want to thank you, my co-host, Charlie Delatorre.
Thanks, buddy.
Thanks for being here. You are my only friend that would come back a second time. No,
that's not true.
It's inked. We have a
It's
contract.
done deal. I have it written down, dude.
Multi-million
I get M&Ms
dollar
and pastelitos in the room in there, dude.
I can't wait. We're going in there right after this is over.
That's right. We need a liquor sponsor, and then we're in good shape.
Oh, liquor sponsor. Hey, if there are any liquor sponsors out there, we are not afraid.
Yeah.
So, seriously. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Until next week, you're watching Premium Time with John Darr. Have a great rest of your week. Take care.